Welcome to the Trini Techcast. This is episode number 85, and we are recording on the 6th of the 10th. Well, the 6th of October. We're in the 10th month of the year. Well, it's a Sunday night around 7 o'clock-ish thereabout. And you are here, and we are here, and we're going to talk about technology today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, but as usual, my co-host, Mr. Redbit_Tech himself, Akim there, is here. How you going?
Yeah, good. As you say, October is Halloween. You gotta get Halloween costumes.
Bro, I let you know October is Prime Day on the 8th and 9th. That is all I studying. Because I have some things on my card there. I look in and lick off them Christmas gifts one time. If I see, because I had them there for a while now, and we spoke about this already. If you keep it in your cart, you know what the original price is, so you know if you're gonna get scammed or not now. So some of the things I'm watching it since probably early August. And I was like, yeah, all right, I can't buy this now, but I just want to monitor. So now I'll see how that Prime Day thing look, and if it doesn't entice me, then well, there's always Black Friday, and then there's always Cyber Monday, because Amazon gonna take all of your money. All.
I finally have some stuff I need to order on Amazon. So.
Oh, for real? Oh, wow. If only we could find out now, but then we're gonna know the secret sauce. Yeah.
Now I say Halloween is Halloween costume.
You serious?
Yeah, for my daughter's school, and then somebody invite, like one of the neighbors they're having a Halloween thing for the children, so they invite her over, but then they say everybody had to wear costumes.
Boy, you sure you're not living in the West? Sorry.
No.
I have never seen anything close to Halloween in my whole life living in the East.
Me too. Like, this will literally be my first time.
Wow. But I know there's parties and things in the West, and I hear about it, and I'll be like, well, good thing I not live in there. But like it creeping in, it creeping everywhere.
Apparently.
What you gonna do now, boy? I gonna try and order a katana and see what happens.
A katana?
Yeah, my daughter really like anime, and
like a real one?
Well, a cosplay one, but
like with sharp edges, like
it's
actual
sharp,
metal.
It's actual metal, but I think it'll be sharp. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have ordered machetes already for people, and they came in normal. No questions asked.
What's our favorite anime?
Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah. And well, we like to talk about. She's be like, Daddy, how you know that? I was like, you underestimate my abilities, because I watch all them anime now. So we really talk about it and things. So I see she's excited about that. So I'll mark any price for a while now, and if I see the price drop Prime Day, we'll take it. Mm-hmm. And then I have some other business things I was supposed to buy, so I'm just looking for some deals, because I'm gonna buy it anyhow. It's just if I see it now, I'm gonna I ain't gonna try to get caught in the loop of, oh, I think I need this, or this definitely look like something I want to get. Nah, I know I want, but if it drop, we take it. So that is my that is what the 6th of October tells me. You hear Halloween. I didn't even know when Halloween was only the
31st October.
Oh, for real? Okay, I thought it was the 4th. No, Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday of the month of November. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, the 4th Thursday or 3rd Thursday.
Diwali and Halloween is the same day, I think.
Oh, yes, you are correct. Diwali is the
31st.
31st of October. And the Friday is the day before my school bazaar. Yeah. Anyway, we have to talk about schools today. We have things to talk about. So, let's go into what we plan to talk about today. This is episode 85, and this is the week that the budget happened. So we're going to do an eBudget breakdown and talk about all the E things that they said, because once you slap the word E in front of anything, it's automatically smart and technical. But we'll have to we'll do some analysis of are they just, hot air and just like blowing hot air again? Yeah, we don't know. All right, next thing is, what is a smart city? Because apparently Arima is a smart city now. Connected Arima is a thing, and I am not buying it at all. Not buying it at all. And then the last thing we have to talk about is the international one, because we always do 2 local and 1 international. All ports automated, or how much are ports automated, and how bad will it get if all the ports get automated? Because there's a strike going on right now. And well, boy, with the videos that we'll show you, we'll describe the videos to the listeners.
It was going on, but the Comta agreement halted for 100 days. So in 100 days, they're going to resume.
Oh, yes. At least for Christmas. Christmas passed.
And the election.
All right, so we'll be back after the break, and we come back with the first story, which is the eBudget breakdown. We have a little PDF for you. Of course, it'll be in the show notes. So let's talk about the budget. Not politically, but maybe kind of. Anyhow, back after this. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to makeITsimpleTT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, the installation of routers, buying things online. So you can check us out, 308-8799. You can check our services out, or you can go to makeITsimpleTT.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. Back to the podcast. All right, time to talk about the budget. And I found a document that kind of breaks down what the e-programs and digital initiatives are, which is basically what I was looking for, because there's a lot of things that was sent in the budget and a lot of things that were promised and all of that drama, but we're really trying to get into the super political part of it. So the first one that was mentioned that we have to pay mention to is solar-powered sustainability project. Implementation of a solar-powered sustainability project in 26 secondary schools. In the first instance, it is expected that these students will utilize technological solutions and environment sustainability to the benefit of their communities. Now, it doesn't sound like it's going to actually be solar panels put in schools. It just sounds like a project that's going to be put in place and you're trying to get the students to care about it. Why I say that is because I know where you putting solar panels in secondary schools and they're not going to get damaged. Like you had to put that in some of the prestige schools, and even in some of the prestige schools, somebody somehow going and play with them solar panels, and you might see one or two on a truck here.
The whole project real vague, they leave it real open. Like I just say, it could be solar panel. That's the
budget. That's how the budget does go. Just say things vaguely,
With the probability, I mean, they could probably just go and install one solar panel and say, it was a success.
That is true.
They literally define what the project really going to be. What going to come out of it.
And the real hype of the solar park by Piaco International, but that's like 10 square feet. like come on, man. That just powering lights and anything. So that one was the first one. That was a free hit. Let me start again to the meat. E-programs. In 2025, over 150 firms will receive support to use digital technology and to improve productivity. What does that mean? Receive support to use digital technology. What? Who gonna support them? The government just gonna give people support to use digital technology.
Yeah, when they say 150 firms, what they mean, like private?
I don't know. It had to be a grant or some kind of thing that they was probably trying to. Probably some grant and maybe.
But again, as I say, what would be digital technology? Is it like a few months ago where they talk about cybersecurity and you'll get a tax break on that? going to be something else? It going, where exactly?
I'm sure probably in the budget document they may have had a better breakdown, and this one here is just a summary. That's what I'll assume, because I will have to hope for the best, right? Because I'd hope for the best. Because I don't know what our song's like, but it definitely most likely will come in the form of grants, because that's how it's always been done for the most part. Yeah. All right, next one. Introduction of a social benefits wallet. All right, we could go crazy here. Initiative to digitally transform and optimize the current system of distributing benefits provided by all government divisions. This will be a mobile application supported by the national EID to allow beneficiaries to electronically apply for and monitor the status of benefits. All right, you go. Tell me what I sound like to you.
Now I'll pull it up here in the actual budget statement. So that's looking at it.
Oh, you're going to the source. That is proper. That is proper journalism there. Proper journalism.
Yeah, thing it so you could use like a Control F and you would
Yeah. Yeah. So if you
Control F for wallet and you would see
wallet. Now,
it's like,
what is it going to say?
It's like that's the second wallet. You'll see the social benefits wallet.
Whew. At least this thing's searchable. Wallet, the second one, social benefits wallet. Right, I found it. All right, so what we're seeing here is Madam Speaker will be introducing the Social Benefits Wallet Initiative, which aims to digitally transform and optimize the current system of distributing benefits. This mobile application, supported by the national EID, will allow beneficiaries to monitor the status. The wallet will reduce wastage, fraud, and duplication in the allocation of social grants and allow governments to send social benefits directly to beneficiaries' mobile wallets once they are approved, thus cutting out red tape. The government continues to deliver on this commitment to promote digital access and inclusion through nationwide Wi-Fi, ICT support centers. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, wire app. Why do just send it to the people's bank accounts? Like they already forcing people to create a bank account and say, okay, cool, we're not giving checks anymore, send it to the bank account. Why do you have to put it in a mobile app now to frustrate grandpa and granny into having to now check to see how much they have in their, I don't know, like their social welfare. I don't know.
It's not just grandpa and granny too. It has other people that
it have disability. It have children who have special needs. Those sort of things. Yeah, people just get grants for all kind of things. It have medical grants, all kind of stuff going on. So if you put it in an app, I just hope that the normal system, which is putting it in their bank account, will work. But electronically
all I dependent on the whole national
EID system
rollout and
I don't think that one is too difficult. Because ID cards exist, and most people would use their ID card as their form of identification.
I think
because not everybody have a driver's license, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think
well, I think whoever they're rolling out, they probably need to have a period where we have the two things in parallel. The current system, the current way of doing things, and the EID. They shouldn't just do a hard switch over, because you're going, as you say, going frustrate and leave a lot of people behind. I could imagine, like say, my grandmother or people, a bit older, that they probably don't have younger people around, or, let's say someday they need to go and do this on their own. They'll be really, really frustrated. Especially if they're not accustomed.
People who do it on their own, they're going to struggle to use a mobile app to apply for and monitor the status of benefits. So let me say we reach to the point where we want to apply for senior citizens pension grant, however it is. and have no way that you could fill out a form and drop it in. Now, for me, who might help my parents, I would gladly fill out the form and send all the information in and whatnot and download the app and whatnot. But there are people who don't have that kind of support system, and you can't tell an older person, an elder person, go and download the app and fill out the form, upload your documents, take pictures of it and send it and whatnot. That ain't flying right now, boy.
So, I mean, hopefully when they're rolling this out, they'll still allow people to, because older people, when they say, all right, I need to sign up for a pension, what's the first thing they're going to do? All right, I need to go into the office. I need to go and sign up for it. They're probably not going to think to go online and, So at least have a facility for people to still come in, and when they come in, they could train them. Well, hopefully, not good customer service people, but train, people or the older people, just the general public, hey, there's a new way to do things. So part of rolling it out shouldn't just be a hard switch over, saying, all right, no more paper-based, don't come in no more, it's just e-wallet, online. It should have some type of education happening, some hand-holding, because a lot of people will need hand-holding.
I guess the ICT access centers will come in here, because the ICT access centers where they could go for free digital technology education, and also they could get help with different things, because I see the ICT access centers are a thing. They're launching and they're working and they do whatever they have to do. So if the ICT access centers are available, then they could help people learn how to use these applications. That'll be a good thing for them to be able to do. If you're going to be like, okay, come and learn how to use your social benefits wallet, and everybody go to the class and they learn how to use their social benefits wallet, and if there are problems, go back to your teacher.
And it kind of come back to, I think a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about accessibility. And accessibility is not just when you think about disabilities, it is also in terms of literacy, because we have varying levels of literacy in the country, So you might have a 60-year-old that might be capable of doing it, and you have an next 60-year-old that can do it. Same for a 30-year-old, a 70-year-old, So to try and come up with a strategy or a way to include everybody. And a lot of people who probably need the grants, they may fall in one of the groups that might need the help, to actually access the funding.
Yeah, I get you. So, I mean, there is hope, but okay, let's say that there is a structure in place that could make it work. If that structure will stay in place, granted that is an election year, and that's what we always talk about. If the next government decides, all them ICT access centers, stop it, wasting too much money, then all of these things wouldn't really make any sense. But I believe the national EID is definitely on stream, and it have nothing that another government could do to stop the national EID. It's how you use the EID I'm worried about, because that's come like for database people, that come like a primary key now. And once you have a primary key and you have a record of somebody, you could do almost anything with that data that is useful. You could auto fill out forms for them. You could give them access to services, because after that it's just to integrate the database with wherever. It sounds simple, but I mean, if once you get to the point where you have a clean database, you have a chance of doing great things. So if the EID system comes on board, social benefits wallet it is. I will sign up for my pension in 20 years when it starts to work. If it does
20
work.
years?
Yeah, somewhere around there. No, it might be 25, because it's 65 they're going to push it to.
I want 30 years. Yeah.
Next one. Introduction of an automated fingerprint identification system in the Immigration Division, and the development of secure automated data exchange protocols between the Immigration Division and law enforcement agencies. Okay. Hold on. When you're coming to the country, you're just going to scan your fingerprint and boop, everything will work. That's what you're getting from it? Is that what you're getting from it?
I don't... You're still going to need to share your passport. I think it might just be verifying who you say you really are, like an extra layer of verification. like in the US, I'm not sure if they still do that, but they have facial recognition. So there's do that, then there's have your passport too. So it's kind of just to match your identity, so.
All right, I found it in the official documents. Let me read through what they have. The upgrade aims to facilitate faster and more accurate fingerprint matching, allowing for real-time monitoring of travelers and enhancing response times to potential threats. A key feature of the upgrade will be the establishment of a secure automated data exchange protocols between the Immigration Division and law enforcement agencies, creating a centralized database accessible to authorized personnel. This integration will aid in identifying intercepting potential illegal entrants before they reach the border, as well as generating alerts for law enforcement when suspicious activities are detected. So, is everybody? I think that it makes sense to have it, but
I think the key point is, the key benefit would be, all right, to come in, you scan your fingerprint, but you see the integration between immigration and law enforcement, being able to identify somebody quickly, all right, you scan the fingerprint and you do a match, you do a quick search against all the wanted people or whatever, any database, and something that's pop up saying, hey, they are personal interest, versus now, what the process now might be, I'm not sure what the process now might be. It could probably be the same thing. It could be it's not integrated. Right now, they would scan the passport, you just see it, and unless you have a list,
unless you have a wanted list, a wanted list, correct,
they're not integrated with law enforcement, so that could be one thing. But the fingerprint wouldn't be an integral part of that. They could implement that with just passports once they had the two systems integrated. Do a name search or whatever. Yeah,
correct. That's just databasing, I guess. In the same document, they have the implementation of online digital embarkation or disembarkation cards, which basically means signing up your duty-free form. Now, here are the last sentence saying it, right? Embarkation or disembarkation card system, reviewing similar implementations in other countries, identifying the necessary legislative changes and evaluating model legislation and industry standards to guarantee that the online forms meet data protection and privacy requirements. Which is why I feel like they stick on the online immigration forms, because they couldn't guarantee that the data was protected. And how
they could guarantee it now all of a sudden? They
can't guarantee it now.
So why they doing it?
Because they're going to say that they hire a consultant for $1 million US, and they have it safe and secure. Because this happened with Jamaica. The online form get hacked. Because there was a Google form, I think. I can't remember what it was. No, not Jamaica, one of the small islands. I think it was a Google form. But if they go in and collect the data for immigration, then they need to have something in place. However, who knows what has happened to them pieces of paper that we fill out every single time? Because if you're talking about data protection and them things sitting down in a box, then people's information written down there for years now.
So implementing this gonna mean you're gonna have some changes in terms of the procedures for the immigration officers and the customs people, because when you come in, you hand the form to the immigration officer, then you take our next piece and go to the customs person.
Yeah, correct.
So that exchange of information gonna need to be digital now. So that
from what I know from other countries, once you fill out your stuff online, there's only one person you have to pass through. You don't have to pass through a customs person at the end now. You just go through immigration, and if customs people need to check your stuff when you're leaving, because when you're coming, when you are departing a country, customs will check your bag through the scanner to check to see if it have any weird stuff in it. But when you come into our country, you just have to tell them if you have anything weird inside of it. No, if
that's a normal country.
Right.
Trinidad, when you come out and you go in by the customs officer and you hand them the paper, they would ask you like how long you stay, we have in them bags, and depending on how they feel, they will tell you, all right, go and pass it through the X-ray machine.
Yeah. I guess once they have it online, I glad. That's all me care. Like once the data protection thing sort out, I don't care about that. And then they have migration to e-passports, but e-passports are just a NFC or RFID book.
Yeah. I mean, think how you think the US does do it? I'm not sure. I just trying to think of it, right? Before the US had the same form, right? Yeah. But now you don't even need to go online and fill out anything. No information online. So I thinking the actual airlines is actually probably pass that information to the US immigration. So
I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's possible because they do any scanning. Well, they're not doing scanning. They can scan the bags when you pass it through.
So once you board the flight, they can more or less confirm, all right, this person with all this passport number, all this information, they're coming from here. Yeah. And that's pass.
And then when you reach, black room, go to the left, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I guess that will be the next step in the process.
Yeah, makes sense.
If we ever reach that far.
Well, the step that they're trying to put in here is fingerprinting. So I don't see a problem when I come in and they ask me to just take my finger and press it here. I'll just press my finger and that'll be like 2-factor to check your face and your biometrics. And especially if you have biometrics on a US visa or something like that, your biometrics will be inside the system and they have to keep it secure, of course. But okay, that wouldn't be unwelcome, and that's not a difficult thing to do. But how they get your fingerprint the first time? That means when you apply for your passport renewal, they want to take your biometrics now, just like when you apply for your visa renewal, right?
Maybe.
I guess.
Yeah,
because
perhaps.
They can't make a call and tell everybody that, okay, as soon as they travel, they have to put in your fingerprint here for the first time or something like that. That will take too long.
Yeah. So probably.
Because you have to be like lean it to the left, no press down properly, sir. No turn it sideways, and then you have to hold like that. I don't know. Yeah. That would be weird. All right, so e-passport's kind of straightforward. And if you can put I don't think the e-passport could go on your phone. You ever see an e-passport?
Nah. I would think
it's just
so.
it's like a passport with a chip. It's like a card.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I saw one.
Yeah.
Somebody, I saw one already.
So it just have it's a bank card essentially.
Yeah.
So you don't have to swipe it through the machine. Okay, that's low hanging fruit. Come on, we could do that easily, man. Yeah, just put the chip on it and tap your passport and go. Tap the pay, tap the pass.
So you could actually do it. You could actually add your e-passport to your wallet on your phone.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Countries, yeah.
Okay.
Countries like Australia, the EU, Singapore.
For sure. Yeah. All right. Last one now is the elephant in the room. You ready for this one? I have much to say. Integration of an ebook platform into our education system. Platform to be operational by June 2025.
Just in time for election.
Bro, like, boy, I don't even know how disconnected these human beings are from what the school system is. Like,
and the students, all the students learn.
Is crazy. I understand that secondary school books are ridiculously expensive because I just went through that and I spend real money on books and things for school. Okay, cool. No problem. I understand that. But an ebook platform, you have three stakeholders inside it, right? You have the students, of course, which is the most major of stakeholders because they have to get the actual content. The next stakeholder is the teachers because the teachers now have to be able to use these books that are available. But then the third stakeholder that nobody really studying is the publishers. because publishers want their money and authors want their money. And the reason why there's have second edition and third edition and fourth edition is because when people sending down them second-hand books too much, no new books buying. Yep. So they tell you third edition only. That way everybody, every 3 years, you have to buy back a new one. And that new one have to be the one that you get. When you switch that to ebook, publishers ain't gonna get as much money because they're not physically printing. Somebody gonna get lose out. The person who's supplying the paper, the person who probably doing the distribution, the truckmen, the delivery people. Somebody gonna get cut out there. And that ain't going down easy with our current textbook system, which is a money-making machine when it comes to books. And this is coming from a teacher who I come close to writing a IT book already, a IT textbook. I actually started typing it up and whatnot. And then I see the machine, boy. And I was like, wait, so after I do this, I have to pass it on to that and that, and this is how much I gain at the end? And I was like, nah, I good. I know I'm going to put no effort into this because you had to be part of like Longman or some of them big publishers to have a established book, and then all you had to do is change 10 pages on it every 3 years, and then they will just keep pumping up because that is how the system is. So to put it as ebooks, that's the publisher part. Let me talk about the students now, because the teacher part is the easy part to talk about. How in the world the students gone?
Let me go back to the publisher part, right?
Yeah. Publishers and writers,
yeah. Say you write a book and the government say, all right, let's turn your book to ebooks. They're going to issue how much students at the time in Trinidad? Say 100,000 students?
No, more than that.
Say it are 200,000 students in Trinidad.
Yeah, let's say that.
In theory, that would be, say, at least half that in sales, in textbook sales for the publishers. How that going to translate to sales in ebooks, for ebooks? You know, would they issue 100,000 digital ebook licenses to the government? In theory, you could just issue one and just copy and paste it. You know, it's pirate. It will be piracy, but how they're going to handle that part of it?
Now, if it come up in like the EPUB platform and you can only open up on a Kindle and thing, it always to lock to DRM lock it, right? And you can do the DRM on it if you want to. But the platform is going to have those things in place, which I assume that they will have it in place, right? But how the money gonna be distributed, if the government is the one that's distributing it, is the crazy part, because every secondary school does determine the books that they want for themselves. The government can't tell the school which books to put on the book list. So if the ebook platform exists and the government is controlling it, then they're going to try and standardize the books that are going to be used in every school. Impossible. Because nobody going to say, what, you want me to use STP maths? No, we use this here. Do you have an ebook for that? And then somebody going to have to sit down and manage all the ebooks on the platform. And then in each school, you're probably going to have like a manager or somebody that will have to create a book list for that particular school and then tell all the children, go and sign up on the ebook platform, which is creating like 10 different headaches right now because you have to get user accounts. Where the user account going to come from? Is it a unified? Does every student have their own account? Does a parent have to get the account? All kind of weird things will take place. And we haven't reached the payment yet, which we will get to.
I was thinking of that, like in terms of... in terms of the publishers, they're accustomed getting the money every term, cash on time. When
because they're going straight to a bookstore. Yeah, the bookstore pays them to get a certain amount of the books because they know the demand for the particular book, and they're getting money up front. And then the bookstores make back the money by selling the books to the people that come for it. Yeah, at a markup cost. That's why I have the same book in two different bookstores, different prices, because they know what supply and demand is. Everybody coming for this particular book. So I go and sell it for, I don't know, at a 15% markup or a 20% markup, because some people just going to tap the card and not going to ask a question. They just going to get. So if you put the 20% markup, nobody's studying it, nobody's shopping around and them kind of thing. Well, some people might be shopping around, but there are some people who just books buy. So, that the publishers on them. So, thanks for bringing that up. Now, the students. Students, to be able to use Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams in the school that they're in right now is a chore, is a pain. It's like, who don't have devices, who don't have space on their phone. I was like, you don't have space on your phone to install Google Classroom? That is what you're telling me? And they'd be like, no, sir, I don't have any more space on my phone to install. I was like, because in my school, we try our best to make sure we make all the resources digital to ease up on the copies and all that kind of thing. Yeah. And if I tell you, the information in the classroom, and you come the next day and say, I couldn't do the work because I couldn't install Classroom on my phone, I'd be like, what are you talking about? The same phone that I had TikTok on? The same phone that I have Instagram on? And that's just from my school, where I would say my school is a little more academically oriented. But if you think about a school that's not academically oriented, and you tell them, your book is, go to page 55 on your book on the ebook platform. Then you're like, plat who? Plat what? How you get to that? What's that? I need to use my ministry login? Oh gosh, I can't remember that password. All kind of things that could go wrong. Now, from a teacher perspective, it would be, from my perspective, it would be nice to know that every single child has the textbook. And I could basically tell them, get it. But that is one big pie in the sky, because the teachers now is the one that are going to end up having to fall back and be like, all right, I'll take a screenshot and send it to you all. And then when that screenshot go out, like copyright violation, all kind of weird things going to happen there. And you see that I see a highlight in terms of student devices. That is will be a major thing. Because every student would have a device. Because if you have a phone, if the only device is a phone, and unless I'm something where the government say they're giving out laptops. Negative. Right? Nope. Laptops given out to schools. No, not people. Phone,
and if it's an old phone or a small phone, you know how it is to be looking at especially if it's a big textbook and you have to zoom in. And,
yeah. Because the word is used fit for purpose. Some of them e-textbooks, nobody gonna try to restructure that so that it come up big on the screen.
Yeah, that does go back the same way.
Yeah, not gonna be responsive. Yeah. Because it already printed it already sized a particular way as a PDF.
Yeah, so you're gonna have this pinch and zoom and then.
Yeah. So when they say integration of an ebook platform into our education system, they should say pilot ebook platform.
Yeah.
And them had to try this out in 4 voluntary schools first.
Mm-hmm.
You take a prestige board school, then you take a middle of the road board school, because they have like prestige board school and they have normal board schools who run by a board, but they ain't really, a first choice, however. Then you take a government school, which is a high-end government school, like a good performing government school, and then you have to take a low-end government school. And take those 4, maybe 5, and then try to implement it, and then somebody had to do a case study to say, all right, this is what happened here, this is what happened here, this is what happened here, this is what happened here. These are the things that we could do, and in each one of the cases, do some kind of focus study. But I don't feel it have any focus study or anything like that.
Yeah.
They just like, ebooks. That'll take us into the 2020 whatever century. Like we are the highest level of education.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of case studies, it should have, you would hope they did case studies with other countries that implemented this and see what are the factors that would be necessary for it to be successful.
So I checked this at time, right?
Yeah.
In the States, every single child have a Chromebook, right? Chromebooks are like the standard of educational devices in the schools, but the children can't take home the Chromebook. When you come, you sit down, Chromebook with your name on it, it have your user account, you log in, and it's easy because when you switch out a Chromebook, all you have to do is log back in with your school Gmail address, right? Yeah. Now, if you have your personal device, you could access your Google Classroom and wherever you want, right? But some of the higher end schools, they have Chromebooks and they have ebooks. So that linked to your school Gmail account, well, your school workspace account, and you manage all of them things from workspace, and all the things are in some platform that linked to your login. So when you log in, they'll tell you, hi, welcome Jane Doe from Public School 215. And yeah, all your books are located here. And when the teacher says, all right, everybody, go to page so-and-so on your book, they all open up their Chromebooks and they get inside there. Because there's a standardized device.
Yeah.
If you don't have a standardized device, you're screwed. Ebooks not making any sense. And until we get to the point
same thing you were just talking about there, and I just do a little search in terms of countries that implemented e-textbooks. And of course, USA there, South Korea, Singapore, Finland, Australia, you know, and part of the conditions necessary for e-textbooks to work effectively, reliable access to technology, devices such as tablets, laptops, or smartphones, reliable internet connection, teacher and student training, government policy support, sufficient technical support, software integration, equal access to devices, privacy and security.
Yeah, that equal access to devices, that'll be the destruction part.
And you typically need to have these conditions met to allow smoother transition from paper to digital. So all these, and I mean, some of the most important things is that same thing, equal access to devices and actually having reliable devices and technology, you know?
Yeah.
So same thing, tablets, laptops, smartphones, you know.
Let me see if I see the words. Right. Madam Speaker, the integration of an ebook. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see. Madam Speaker, the integration of an ebook platform into our education system will transition teaching and learning from a textbook-dependent and instructor-centered approach to a more interactive and student-centric paradigm. This initiative will offer cost-effective learning resources and promote equitable access to quality educational materials. The implementation of this platform guarantees access to e-textbooks covering all subject areas taught in primary and secondary schools, thereby preparing our students for the digital era. This platform will be... Sorry,
go ahead.
This platform will be operational.
Let's see the good and they want to do it for primary schools too.
Oh, yes.
So a primary school child going to need to have a device.
Hey, I just hope that when they say this platform will be operational, means that it will exist, not that it will be implemented in the schools, because to jump from where we are right now to what they're talking about there, that is 10 years. I promise you, based on what I know from teaching, is 10 years before you could say, all right, everybody have an equal opportunity to access the educational materials, because there is technicians, there is internet in all schools, that is infrastructure, that is charging, all kind of things had to be available there that we light years away from.
That's all schools right now that still need repair and
to just actually have a desk.
Just in physical infrastructure,
Yeah, and I ain't going to tell you about our Wi-Fi situation in schools. Like it's all schools supposed to have Wi-Fi, but no, not all schools have Wi-Fi. And it definitely, it ain't looking like it will be too easy to implement. But yeah, that is all the PDF really hit us with the e-programs and digital initiatives. So seeing how the budget does happen every year, hopefully next year when we still doing the podcast and we on episode 150 something, we could come back and look at this and see which one guys. So let me see which one you think
going to actually happen.
No, let me start with the one now that you think will fail first. Like be negative and then we'll do the one right best. Which one you think will fail? Besides the ebook platform. We know the ebook platform for sure.
No, probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, the e-passports, the digital embarkation and disembarkation card, automated fingerprint identification system, and social benefits wallet. You're like, wow, none. Which one do you think will fail?
When I say fail, I mean
by next year,
not going to do anything.
Yeah, by next year. Yeah. No. But next year around this time, after the next budget, it will not be in place.
But next year around this time will be after elections, Elections will be in August.
Well, right. Regardless of when elections is, they had to put things in place now from now till next year to put it in place. Right? So which one will not be in place? Hey, man, rubbing your head by, think hard.
The digital embarkation card thing, I could see that happening. That could happen.
You're giving me the positive. I want to know which one not going to happen. We know the e-textbooks is not going to happen.
That should tell you that the rest negative.
What was the worst one?
The worst one? Probably.
I'll tell you mine. Mine is the social benefits wallet.
Yeah, that one.
That social benefits wallet, not happening. National EID may happen, but the wallet part, negative. Yeah. The fingerprint identification system and the digital embarkation card. I think that the digital embarkation card is the easiest one because that's our website.
That's the highest chance of actually happening.
And most other Caribbean countries have it already. So, gosh, man.
That's a real low-hanging fruit. So, at least supposed to at least do that. Yeah. And the first one, real vague too, so they could literally do anything and say that accomplished that first one, which was to
support digital companies or something. So, support 150 firms.
Receive support to use digital technology. And to improve productivity. That real open.
Correct.
They could do anything and say, support digital technology.
All right. So that was our breakdown of the budget initiatives, the digital initiatives that are going to take place. And, well, we had hope for the best. I hope we did a good enough breakdown of all the ins and outs. If you have any comments, of course, you could always let us know. Let me know what you think, because we want Trinidad to be better at technology. I mean, it's not that we're horrible, we're just bad. And if we get a little better, some of these things could make us a little better. I really want the EID, the national EID, to reach somewhere.
Yeah. You know what?
So,
and when we talk about the other day, I hope they could get over the hill. The what do you call it? The UPI, the payment system.
Yeah. The payment system, so that you could pay for government services.
Person to person, instant, different banks.
All that,
that one, if they could really do that would be a step in the right direction.
Yeah. I don't know if that would make the budget, because this would have been most likely the things that they decided to put money behind. And I think that payment thing, they probably put money behind it a few years ago. And they're not spending money.
And it's more like something between India and this government.
Yeah. So that is not really budgeted. Okay. What's a smart city? You know what's a smart city? I don't know what's a smart city. Apparently, Arima is a smart city. Y'all, I have a 10-minute rant, but no, I'll cut it down to 5 because we run out of time. Back after this. Right now, you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely, you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that's available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out at 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeITsimpleTT.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of that will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. Back to the podcast. So these people, wait for it, I'm going to explain it to you. I don't know if you remember this, in 2022, we did our episode and we said connecting Arima towards a smart city, and we spoke about this. We used the same article from 2022 and we said that what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish in Trinidad and calling it a smart city doesn't make sense. So they said in the old article, because it's the old article I have here, that they're going to give you free Wi-Fi and what else, boy? Yeah. I can't find what it is, right? Yeah. So they said, when is a city actually smart? According to the Little, a city is smart when it invests in economic growth such as human and social capital, infrastructure and technology, in sustainability, and in a high quality of life. I could remember us talk on the podcast trying to dissect that and be like, what stupidness is that?
Yeah, that
is just a lot of words.
A lot of words. Yeah, word salad.
That's not saying anything, right? Yeah. So somewhere it said, free public Wi-Fi. The survey also noted it would be a major draw to the area as 54% of respondents chose that. They did some sort of survey, right? So fast forward to now. I go on Instagram and I go into and I see Digital Transformation TT because I'm following them.
Mm-hmm.
Arima, your digital transformation is here. The Ministry of Digital Transformation is proud to have collaborated on the launch of Connected Arima, an exciting step towards a more digitally empowered borough. Thanks to the joint efforts of the IDB, the Government of Trinidad and Tobago, the Arima Borough Corporation, and many key partners, the community now has access to enhanced digital services and infrastructure. Here are the 3 bullet points. Public Wi-Fi networks to stay connected. Electronic booking systems for public venues. Digitized government services for easy access.
Wait. The only thing they do for the city was the public Wi-Fi. Because them other 2 things, the whole country have it. The whole country have access to it.
I don't know, boy. I don't know. So, electronic booking systems for public venues. Which public venues are you talking about? Community centers or the Larry Gome Stadium? The Velodrome, whatever it is. So you don't have to go and collect a form to make a booking for them, right? See if you could Google book the Arima Velodrome or Arima Velodrome booking, and let me see if it have a form. Because if it have a form, I will stand corrected. But I don't think that calling a place a smart city means that you could book, that you could fill out an online form for a particular place. It doesn't sound that smart to me. Like, smart city.
You can't really find anything.
You can't find anything because it do exist. If you can't Google it and you can't find it, then it's not.
Right. So for bookings, you need to send an email.
Okay.
It brings up your email to bookings@sporttt.com.
Great.
So that's technically
it is an electronic booking system for a public venue. Technically,
it's on an email.
Yeah.
You know, government like for me, for something to be smart, like a booking system, you need to see a calendar, see what slots free. I could go and book if I had to make a payment, or whatever.
And then you get an email booking it, and then somebody will follow up and call you and tell you, thank you, your booking has been created. Do you have any more questions? Something like that. I do that this weekend for somewhere. VR World, I think, was on one to go. It was his birthday now, so I fill out the form online, check the calendar, fill out the thing. I get the email confirmation. A person called me the next day and say your booking is confirmed. I was like, yeah, all you're doing. All your website actually, have some sort of, and I pay what we pay, everything. I was like, look, somebody did it right. Yeah. So
not just an email that nobody probably gonna check.
So a smart city, right? When I check it up on
check Gemini or
I check Gemini.
I do a ChatGPT too.
What I tell you?
I have the 4.0. It give a long answer. First, an urban area that utilizes digital technology, data, and intelligent systems to enhance the quality of life for its residents, to improve efficiency, blah, blah, blah. So the points are Internet of Technology enable infrastructure. So sensors connected for real-time data collection, so your traffic lights, your waste bins, energy grids, whatever.
Yes, correct.
Efficient efficient resource management with real-time data, or to optimize resources like electricity, waste management, blah, blah, blah. Enhanced transportation, traffic management systems to monitor and manage congestion, optimize traffic lights, whatever. Sustainable living, sustainability by using technology to reduce emissions, promote renewable energy, improve public services, digital platforms to allow better coordination of services like emergency response, healthcare, education. Citizens can interact with government services via apps, online portals, and smart kiosks. You know, talking about smart kiosks, I was looking at Karen Rose here in Thailand, and they actually have a kiosk in Thailand. Like if something happening to you, like an incident, like a robbery or whatever, you could you could go to this kiosk and you press it, it will sound the alarm, start recording video, and the police will come to it.
For real?
Yeah. So that's an example of a smart kiosk that we probably need in Arima.
Yeah.
You know, and the last one is citizen engagement, where there are communication platforms to involve residents in decision-making process, and where they could report issues. I guess kind of like the local app where you could report stuff, but it take months for it to actually.
Yeah, let me don't go to there. Let me just say there. No, I have no problem with them calling it Connected Arima. If you call it Connected Arima, cool, no problem. But for any time you throw the word smart city in, and the 3 bullet points are the lowest things that don't even count as a smart city. Well, okay, in the list of things for a smart city, these things do exist. Accessing government services easier, public Wi-Fi, whatnot. Yes. But nah, boy, don't play with my emotions like that and call it a smart city. It's not.
You as a teacher, you give sometimes they give an assignment, and it has some students that will go above and beyond to get all the marks, and it has some students that will just do the bare minimum.
The bare minimum, yep. Yeah.
They less than bare minimum. They like half mark. They just parallel thing, half mark. They get 1 full mark for the first one, half mark for the rest.
Yeah, and when I Google connected Arima, again, one set of old articles about the different things. So if I go to Connected Arima, they have a pilot thing on the digital transformation website that just...
So even things like Arima have buses, like PTSD buses.
Yeah, but our bus terminal is like a war zone. Yeah, you could climb over people to get it. It don't have like a queue. You just stand up, the bus pull up, and you see people pelting to get inside
even
it.
Things like something that have the schedule, and if the bus on time, or that time all they could do that, and it'll be that smart quote unquote.
Bus on the way or some kind of GPS thing or whatever.
Like that. Right? But of course, we buses probably don't have no tracking in it. I don't know.
Nah, they are Wi-Fi.
All right. Well, we could probably do some.
I know that's not smart city talk, and I don't think it should be called a smart city. That's all I'm saying. But I'm happy that they're trying. I haven't gone into Arima to try the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
They say the IDB was involved.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So, I wonder what the IDB's terms and conditions for that project would that be? For them to actually give a sign off and be like, like we cut the ribbon.
That is why I'm saying sometimes these grants, the IDB and them, I don't feel it does do like fully due diligence on it and come and be like, all right, you could call my name. They're just gonna be like, all right, guys, yeah, cool, Trinidad, yeah, well done. That's another tick on our to-do list.
I found the IDB. Let me see if it have any. All right, so you can I'll send it for you.
Why? No, watching it. Smart Town of Arima. Oh wait, it actually listed there.
Yeah, you can pull it up.
This is not even a joke. Hold on. I'm sharing it. The Smart Town of Arima project detail. Project number, approval date, project status,
So was it
implementation.
At the top, they have a summary.
This technical cooperation aims to support the design of an urban regeneration solution in the borough of Arima, Trinidad and Tobago, centered on smart and climate-resilient urban infrastructures to improve local economic activity, low carbon mobility and accessibility, and social interactions. Low carbon? What's that?
So the approval date. Oh, so we got how much? 400. Scroll back up there for the funding. We got 500,000 US.
Yeah.
All right.
Country counterpart financing. So Trinidad had to put 50,000 US.
And
we get 450,000.
All right. So if you scroll down
to put
click the
implementation phase.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They have all the
click the terms of reference.
Terms of reference, right? Or downloading a PDF. Just now. I gotta open it up. Terms of reference. Ooh. Okay. It's a lot of stuff. Yes, now we could find some things quick. Key activities, market study, technical study, financial assessment, expected deliverables. Okay. No. Nah, expected deliverables.
Market study.
Yeah, just have all kind of supervising the consultant work will be responsibility of Antonia Garcia Zebaldos. He do his job. Them was never supposed to call that. Oh, wow. Okay. Look, okay. The overall objective of this consultancy is to conduct a study covering the mobility. This will be done by accessing the below points. Characterize the mobility and accessibility of public transportation users in and around Arima Town Center. Parking options for persons driving private vehicles. Transformation of current car-oriented roadways into streetscapes that prioritizes spaces for people with dedicated pedestrian zones. Active, low-carbon modes of transportation, such as park and ride. Digitally connected facilities which allow for smart street lighting, air pollution monitoring sensors, and cashless payment options. Solar-powered and or wind-powered devices that could provide amenities to pedestrians. Traffic calming measures around the town center, including green and shade spots such as plazas, routers, smart green drainage, and water retention infrastructures.
Yeah. So a lot of the I seen CCTV and some stuff there. So a lot of these things wasn't implemented.
No, none of it at all. It's a good few pages. It's 33 pages of things.
So the other component here for infrastructural designs and app development, 200,000 was supposed to go towards that.
Why?
Did they mention any app?
Nah.
On the launch, to 200, you're supposed to spend 200,000 to develop an app.
The local TT app. This application and competition launch here, they have a hackathon execution. The stage encompasses the planning of a hackathon and all kind of thing. Look. Way. Approve inception and report, 20% payment, final report. Okay, I done. I'm gonna put this link in the show notes for you, because if all you think we talking shippiness, you could read it. You could go and read it, because I put it in the I put it in for people to read. I good. I'm going to go into Arima at some point in time and see if the Wi-Fi working, and I'll come back and tell you. Because I live in Arima, but I'm not in the city. So when do I ever go in Arima? Like, I don't think I don't
ever go Arima.
I don't think I go either. All right. The only place I ain't going a long time is the port, because clearing a barrel is real pain. But you don't want to go to ports now, because you might be met with a robot. Coming back after this. Well, because you're listening to this podcast, more than likely you know how to order things online already. But if you know somebody who doesn't know how to order things online, and you probably just fed up having to order things for them and you want them to be able to get a little more self-sufficient with respect to ordering things online, yeah, we have a service called Order It, where you can send the links and we order it for you and we deliver it straight to you. So if it's somebody who is not technologically savvy, doesn't have a credit card, and they want to order things online, hey, send them to us. 308-8799 on WhatsApp. And we'll be able to help them order it and save you the trouble of having to buy things for them. Back to the podcast. Now, to me, all ports had some sort of automation in them already. Yeah? I just kind of felt like, okay, a port is just a machine place, and it's really hard to write an algorithm to get the thing to move containers around and whatnot and do some kind of recognition. So here's the story. US ports start a 100-day countdown clock to new strike, and automation is poised to be the deal breaker. So there was a strike that took place. In a statement Friday, the ILA said it wants to tighten the language related to the use of automation at ports. Automation will continue to be an issue that will be worked out and is being worked out in this contract. The ILA negotiated restrictions on automation and semi-automation in the last contract. The ILA just wants to tighten the language that no automation means no automation. With a little over 3 months to work out the final deal, logistics people remain wary. So they had this strike, and the picture showing a man holding up a placard. Machines don't feed families. Support ILA workers. Profit is unacceptable. Support ILA workers. Dock workers striking a picket line outside the Port of Houston Authority on October 1st, 2024. The strike is affecting 36 ports. It marked a historic event and was the first by the union since 1977. Because their port is being run by robots.
Well, not their port, but the companies that run the port. They in the last contract they said that no, we wouldn't do any automation, and they started actually automating some of the stuff. So that is why, like, part of the reason they went on strike. Part of it was, of course, money. They wanted more money, but part of it was that hey, all they said they're not going to do any automation, but all they still went ahead and started automating some stuff.
Here we are. All right. So let me watch your video first. For those of y'all who are going to be listening, who are listening, this is a video that shows how port automation is taking place, and of course it will be in the show notes, so y'all could check that out, right? So let me watch this video.
Port in the world, and if you look closely, there are no humans working in it. All the cranes and vehicles are controlled by AI and 5G. This is Guangzhou port in China, and it runs 24/7 without any humans on site. So when a ship unloads its cargo, operators sitting miles away use remote controls to move, load, and unload cargo with the help of fast 5G. They pick up cargo and place it in these AI-driven vehicles. These vehicles have predetermined locations, and by coordinating with AI, they move goods from storage to truck loading zones. This entire process of unloading, sorting, and loading happens without any human interventions. It's much faster, cheaper, and safer than using human labor. While the US is facing a labor strike against using this technology in American ports, China has already automated the ports, making them much safer and faster. This is the...
All right, so that's one video. I have one more to show you. This one is an actual port in Los Angeles and Long Beach, right? So listen to the audio on it, right? The audio is the kicksy part.
Unfold many folks probably didn't know about. The port is going automated. Artificial intelligence and digital technology are moving and powering commerce here.
These are drones.
Containers are lowered onto trailers, and within seconds, those trucks drive off. They know where to turn, where to drive, and where to drop off their cargo. They even yield to each other when one crosses in front of the other, and there are no humans in sight.
Four-wheel steering. These are cool.
The old supply chain, so to speak, is no longer in place.
Professor Nick Vi.
All right, cool. So Professor Nick was going to say some stuff. But this... like, anybody didn't see this coming? This is like Tetris. Like, all you have to do is move things from one place to another. I really don't have any like brain work to take place here.
Well, a lot of the brain work was done upfront in terms of AI and machine learning to make sure things could be done automated. But I mean, if you go back a year ago, the big craze with AI and technology would have been, they're coming for their programmer jobs and office jobs and jobs that have a lot of writing, but now they're coming for actual physical jobs. You know?
Well, yeah, but I personally didn't think that that the programmer jobs was going to go before these kinds of jobs, because this is a job where your name is Paul. Paul, all right, you got to take all of the yellow containers and carry them to the blue zone. And Paul just going to jump in a trailer, pick up yellow containers and drop it in the blue zone. That is brain dead work, right? Like it's that ripe for automation. Ripe. Without AI even existing, you could just automate that with image recognition and code. And all you have to do is make the thing work.
It probably a little more nuanced than like the yellow containers, you know, as I mentioned, if it come off this certain shipping area, and you know, it's probably have a little more nuance than that
Right,
in terms
it have
of where
nuance,
things need to go.
and that is where the walkie-talkie would come in. They'd be like, "Hey, Paul, I tell you to take the yellow ones, but take the blue ones instead." Right?
Yeah.
That, and then Paul vex because he come expecting to work for 2 hours and he ended up having to work for 4 hours. This time, iRobot ain't vex with nobody. iRobot just be like, I have a container, I'm going to drive it around, I'm going to get where I need to go. This is not really a problem to me, but if I was working on the port, of course it'd be a problem to me. But like they didn't see this coming.
Yeah, I mean that's why they've been putting it in the negotiations for the past how much years that hey, all they can automate. If all they try to automate, we're gonna, you know, we'll take some type of action. Because the action they take this week here, they basically cripple the whole of all the ports on the East Coast and the West Coast and the Gulf Coast. They would have crippled the whole American economy with that strike.
And
so that's kind of the trump card that they're trying to play.
Yeah, but the bosses and them sitting down like, okay, cool. Let's just figure out how to bypass them, because that is all that going to happen.
Yeah.
Is there nothing that they could do otherwise, or are they trying not to retool? Or I sorry for being callous or something like, you know.
I sent you a video of the union leader where he was more or less threatening. You could play threatening if they do.
If they do what? What will
if they do cave to the demands, pay more money and the automation. So he's the union leader.
The streets from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley means I have to go back to work for 90 days. That's a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the company's money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. And in today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
I think them playing a wild game.
Yeah.
A very, very wild game. Because if this happened this year, all them executives saying is, okay, what do we have to do by next year to automate this whole place? And a man say, hey, I know a man named Xing from China who working over there. Them know how to do it. And they will come in there and start to figure out, okay, if this was going to happen, and all they're going to, like, we was trying our best to give all the contracts and keep people here and all them kind of things. And them executives who basically looking for money and be like, yeah, automating the whole thing. Those who want to be a part of this automation process, step forward now. We're going to train all you. All the rest of y'all who going to be fighting
this. It's going to have more people and jobs.
Huh?
You know, it's going to have more people and jobs.
Yeah, so the people that want to be a part of it, they'll step forward. No, some of them going to be bullheaded, and they will be wrong and strong now and be like, no, I going to strike or whatnot. But the smart ones going to be like, yeah, tell me how to operate the drone. Tell me how to operate the joystick. Because that kind of I'll cripple you vibe, people who are in the executive positions, I'm like, oh, you feel that you could tell me what to do? Here what's going on. Yeah. They'll find out.
That same guy, like after he make that statement, is all of a sudden you're seeing different stories about him starting to leak and all kind of thing. And then like a day or two after, the strike was over. Cause like a picture, his house get leaked. And if you see this man house, this man have a mansion. With swimming pool and all kind of thing. His salary leak all kind of thing. His salary is 900,000.
Oh, yeah. No. I
so
honestly feel this
pressure come down on them already.
Yeah. No, it's time to retool and figure out how you're gonna be a part of the automated one. If the thing gonna move faster and be a lot more efficient, you had to have something that you could be able to do, like manage the trucks, the fleet, some sort of thing, but because it had no way that ports going to continue working the way that they're working right now. None. Because them want maximum efficiency. More efficiency you have, the more money you have. Because every container that rests on that port is money to pass it through. The more you pass through, the more money you get. And yeah, they okay, we'll see how that pan out.
How long it think before we automate our ports?
Nah, that we barely have technology on our ports. Like everything, I don't know, probably have technology, but we now trying to pay for some scanners and things. But our ports, automation, like, first of all, our ports are big enough to have a proper ROI on automating everything. I don't know, it's 2 cranes we have or 3 cranes we have. These places that are automated are 26 cranes. 26 cranes moving different things. So they might just have technology implemented that will make it go faster, and the men on the port have to learn how to use that technology to be able to load our container quicker. Or unload our container quicker. But all that self-driving and all that kind of thing, we do have space for that. It'll just be technology, and we will rate it up and thing. Smart technology on ports.
Smart ports.
All right. Yeah. I told you, I apologize for the long episode today, but we had to talk about the budget because, the budget is a thing that always promises, over promises and under delivers.
Yeah.
And we had to talk about that, but I really didn't want to leave out our eSmartTT talk because that was crazy. So yeah, that's the recap. We talked about the budget breakdown, spoke about the smart city, and we spoke about automating ports in the States, and we showed a video of China, how they automate everything on their port. That's how your Shein order does reach fast.
Not my Shein order, my wife order.
But I ordered some from Shein the other day. 3 days,
Yeah.
DHL knock. Yeah. I was like, what? 3 days? Oh, that was wild.
Some robot delivered that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I saw a video the other day too. Like in China, I think was it China, boy, or Japan? Some of those Asian countries, like it have like a outdoor vending machine thing.
Yeah.
You go and place an order for like a drink, coffee, or smoothie or whatever. Place the order, and then a drone from somewhere where it getting made comes to the kiosk.
Wow.
With the package and delivers the
On the spot,
drink
yeah.
to you, from the machine.
Okay. Yeah, because they have like probably like a beacon or something. So to drop
know
it right there.
come to this location with this order. So they probably have some kind of fulfillment place close by or something where they make the order. Drone go deliver it to this location.
That would be so cool though. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
You need to have a society that would respect things like that, you know?
No, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Then we'll try to rob the thing. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. That's it there, y'all. Thank you very much for your listenership. My name is Andre Charles from makeITsimpleTT at makeITsimpleTT on the internet, and I am struggling to get 1,000 views on a TikTok video right now, and I know why, because the algorithm like, oh, you again.
Yeah. Oh no, it probably like, oh, who are you?
Yeah. I actually get more views on Instagram than on TikTok this week with one of them videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. Man, that's why we stopped. Yeah, my co-host, his name is
Akim there from Redbit _tech.
Yes, somewhere on the internet you might be able to find something. Yeah. All right, thanks for listening all here. Don't forget to share the podcast with anybody who listens to technology. And as we get ready to leave, we hope that we find something new to talk about. But don't forget to send us messages, and don't forget to rate the podcast and leave a comment. If you do that, I guess the algorithm will pick up the podcast a little more and show it to other people. I don't know. I don't know how the podcast algorithm thing does work now. Like, how does recommend a podcast to you? I've never had a podcast recommended to me. Everything I want, I'll go and find it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool. All right, all right, we're going there. Have a good week. Later.